We lit and live. We lit and live. We up in the thing. We live on Twitch. Alright. What to do, everyday people, man? You've reached your nightly news, your nightly political news, where you gonna come get the realest reaction. You gonna come here and get the realest reaction to political commentary that you will ever see. Okay? I mean, it may not be your normal political commentary, but we try to be as accurate as possible and as real as possible, and we try to be as transparent as possible and non-biased. Now, as you all know, I am a Democrat. Okay, just so y'all know, be like, oh, what political party is he with? It doesn't matter. Because all we want is the truth. We're not here for the party, we're here for the truth. Because if the Democrats do some F-boy stuff, I'm going to call it out, okay? So I just want y'all to know that it doesn't matter what your party is. If you come here, you come in as American, and you're going to leave as an American. When you go to sleep, you're going to die as yourself. You're not going to die as a Democrat or a Republican. When you leave this earth, you're going to go by your damn self. So that's why we come here to give you the truth. So while you living, you won't be lied to, and you won't be fed a bunch of crap from these people who have to be censored because daddy's home. And when daddy's home, they don't want to say what they really want to say, okay? Over here, I am daddy. Okay. Well, thank y'all for joining. We got a lot of good commentary coming up tonight. We talking about the Hatch Act. We talking about Project 2025. We talking about Memphis. We talking about the government shut down again. This is big news. Bigly news. This is huge. Okay. We won't talk about the big beautiful bill. Well, kinda. We will talk about it, but not in depth. But we're going to talk about everything under the sun, and I want y'all to tune in. So while you're here, let's get into it. Thank you.
See, Dementia Don has convinced you guys that the $1.5 trillion the Democrats are asking for is for illegal immigrants, and that is not true. The money is to cover the existing cost of Medicaid and health care for United States citizens who will be cut off thanks to the big, beautiful bill that Dementia Don, the Mad King, signed off on. So me, mom, papa can still have their blood pressure medicine, can still stay in their nursing homes, their assisted living homes. But if they don't get that money, you better make an extra room for me, mom, papa, because they coming home and take your little money out of your savings account, because that blood pressure medication and that diabetes medication going to cost just a little bit more than normal. See, the problem with America is we lack critical thinking skills, we lack analytical skills, and we don't think logically. Because somebody produced a No Child Left Behind Act back in the day. So now most people just look at whatever you tweet on social media and they run with it. They do no researching. They don't think it through. They don't find out who, what, when, why, and where. They just say, hey, he tweeted this, is true. And the Mad King Dementia Don knows that. So every day he goes on Truth Social and tweets a lot of BS that is not true. But for some reason, Mega Brain believes everything that comes out of his.
You see, she mentioned someone put the No Child Left Behind. Remember that? And because of that, you got a bunch of idiots with phones in their hands who are watching another person tell them exactly what they think is going on, but it's not really going on, but everybody believes it because they are not smart enough to understand, because they didn't pass the 7th grade. All they did was get skipped forward for the rest of their life. And because there's no child left behind, now you got a bunch of idiots who are regurgitating crap every day. That's what she's talking about.
Meanwhile, he studied grift in America. The Trump family's wealth have increased by $3.4 billion since they took office, but nobody talks about that. They don't, that just kind of gets slid under the rug. So y'all keep thinking that he cares about y'all. Go ahead and furlough the people. They lose their jobs. I'm sorry, but if these people lose their jobs while they furlough, if you think you got some unhinged people running around America now with all of these recent incidents, wait till you furlough somebody and then they find out they don't have a job to come back to, but the rent and the mortgage and the car note and college tuition is still due. But hey, this is what y'all voted for. November the 6th of 2024, or the 5th, forget the date, of 2024. You had a choice, America, and you made it. You made the choice because you did not want to vote for that Indian Jamaican lady. This is what you wanted. This is what you got. We'll figure it out some way.
Y'all remember that movie with, I think it was like Jim Carrey and that white lady who had these really good jobs and then they lost their job and then they went to go robbing banks? Yeah, that's what she's talking about. Y'all about to see a lot of that. Y'all about to see a lot of Matt and Beth going and robbing banks because they lost their good job and they don't really know how. So they come up with a scheme, and it won't be a bank. It'll be a scheme though. And believe me, a lot of Ponzi schemes come out of times like this.
Project 2025 is the MAGA Republican playbook to go around the Constitution, the Congress, and the courts to take total control of our government, using it to enforce their ideology on our lives. The thing is, it's eminently doable. They've been planning this for years, and we'll be ready to go on day one should Donald Trump be elected. Let's look a little deeper at a section that's been overlooked in the media. Their plan to radically remake our military. If one were to write a credible roadmap to transform our democracy into a dictatorship, this is what it would look like. And a big part of that is to turn the most effective, professional, and nonpartisan fighting machine that the world has ever seen into Trump's MAGA military force. Ready, willing, and able to deploy against our fellow citizens should Trump issue an illegal order. It achieves this goal in 4 steps. First, it corruptly uses the power of the presidency to fire flag officers, generals, admirals, and so on, who they deem not sufficiently loyal to Trump. Second, it stops promoting anyone in the military who doesn't pledge allegiance to their agenda. Third, it obliterates military readiness programs that ensure our diverse forces know how to work together. Fourth, it actively recruits troops who may have been targeted for radicalization by white supremacists. And then, it enables the use of the Insurrection Act to deploy the military inside the country against political opponents, protesters, or just about anyone Donald Trump chooses. That's a lot.
Has anyone seen any of those happen over the last few weeks? I mean, just if you can name like 3 or 4 of them that you've seen over the last few weeks, then it kind of makes sense. But then you could be like, man, maybe that's just a coincidence. You know, Trump, this is Trump running the country, right? He running the country. But if you've seen some of these things happen over the past few weeks and you're still thinking like, nah, no one's paying attention to Project 2025. This can't be real. You guys aren't paying attention.
So let's walk through it. The first step in creating a military that is loyal to Trump and carries out whatever order Trump gives, legal or not, is to remove all obstacles at the top. That means clearing out generals, admirals, and others who would refuse to carry out illegal orders in accordance with the Constitution. Trump himself has made it clear.
I would fire them. You can't have woke military.
Project 2025 calls troops who follow the Constitution Marxist and says they are Barack Obama's General Officer Corps. Well, I served in uniform for over 30 years, following my father's footsteps, and my family still serves today. I can assure you that there aren't many Marxists in the military. So who are they looking to fire? Anyone who is loyal to the Constitution above all. Once they clear out top ranks, they will only promote MAGA loyalists. They falsely claim that promotions under previous administrations were illegitimate and that the antidote is to freeze promotions, even if people are in line and qualified, unless they are MAGA loyalists. That clears way for Trump to move his hand-picked people into key military leadership positions in acting roles, sidestepping any Senate confirmation vote. And
have y'all seen any of this in the past year? Okay, it's coming up on a year since Trump was elected in office. Has anyone seen any of this? I mean, he is our president, and we keep our eye on him because he's our president, right? So, have you seen our president do any of these things? I mean, raise your right hand, or put it on the Bible, and raise your left hand and say, I have not seen our president do any of these things. So I just want y'all to tell me if y'all seen this before I get to talking about it. I want y'all to tell me.
who might he choose? We're talking about people like disgraced retired Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, who pled guilty to lying to the FBI in a Russian influence case, but was pardoned by Trump.
General Flynn, he's some general, he's some man. He took abuse like nobody could have handled, and he came out bigger, better, stronger than ever before. We love him. He's a leader. And you just stay wealthy and healthy and well and everything. I want you to have great lives in general. You just have to stay healthy because we're bringing you back. We're going to bring you back.
We're talking about retired Brigadier General Don Bolduc, a 2020 election denier who called for abolishing the FBI. Project 2025 then radically changes the culture of service. The report spills a lot of ink falsely arguing that the military spends most of its time on social engineering, Marxist indoctrination, critical race theory, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. It bashes.
Speaking of critical race theory, are y'all do y'all understand what critical race theory is? Because I was watching I might be able to pull it up, but I was watching a lady on, she's a professor, and she was teaching people about things that happen in race, in racial incidents over the span of America. And she did it in a way that did not make people of today feel victim to what happened in the past. And I thought it was so great because if y'all want to teach it right, but understand some shit was wrong. But it's you people today, it's not your fault that what your ancestors did or your forefathers did. It's not your fault what happened back then. So you have a chance to make a change, but you choose to ignore it. And that, I think that's the problem with the critical race theory, is that y'all choose to ignore it, and y'all some people are afraid to hear it. So I'm not blaming y'all. I don't want y'all to think that we hate white people because of what happened in slavery. That's not true. But because some people understand, like that was the culture of the nation. But it doesn't change the fact that that was the nation, and that did create a streamline of events that led us to where we are at now. But it was people who, like of today, that aren't those people who helped move this country forward. And that is what critical race theory should be teaching. Not teaching that, oh, your grandma was bad, your grandma owned slaves. We don't care about that. We just care about, telling the truth about America. That's all it is. But you call it critical race theory.
Transgender service members and kicks them out of the military. Anyone who has worn the country's uniform knows there is no Marxist indoctrination or social engineering going on. So what are they talking about? They're referring to programs that train our diverse armed forces how to respect each other and work together. This is key to unit cohesion and readiness. It's really a matter of life and death on the battlefield. They would abolish this training in order to remake a diverse fighting force into a political, homogenous MAGA military. Finally, Project 2025 curiously stresses the need to reward 8,400 troops who were discharged for refusing orders to be vaccinated against COVID during the pandemic. It rewards them with back pay and full restoration of rank to lure them back.
Now, there's about 4 to 5 more minutes of this. If y'all want the rest of this video, just message me on Instagram, Everyday Thing with PJ on Instagram, and I'll send you this clip so you can finish it off. But let's move on to the next one.
I heard at school today that the government shutting down is all the Democrats' fault. So I decided to look into it. Here's what I found. Sources in the caption. Okay, so right now, the Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. That means they basically hold the purse strings when it comes to government funding. But here's the twist. Democrats are refusing to just pass a plain funding bill because it doesn't protect health care. If the Affordable Care Act subsidies expire, people's insurance premiums could go up by more than 75%. And the congressional office even warned that up to 4 million people could lose their health insurance in the next decade if these subsidies aren't extended. So Republicans are saying Democrats are stalling and holding us hostage. But Democrats are saying we're not about to let our families get crushed by insane healthcare prices just so politicians can look tough. So is it really fair to just blame the Democrats? Republicans literally control all 3 branches right now. If they wanted a clean deal, they could push it through. But instead, we get the blame game, while regular people like us are gonna be the ones who end up paying the price. I heard at school today that the government shutting down is...
I mean, the research is so easy, a little girl could do it. But hey, you know, it's up to y'all to pay attention. I need y'all to pay attention, okay? If y'all not paying attention, then we won't get past part 3, okay? Let's get to part 3.
The government shutdown was a trap in order to accelerate Project 2025. I called that months ago, but I don't have any notoriety on this app. Nobody saw it, no one cared. But if I was in the upper echelons of the Democratic Party, it would have made it abundantly easy for me to go around and let people know this is what they're going to do. This is their strategy. This is how we can stop them. The government shutdown was not how to do it. Again, this is why I'm running for Congress, because the Democrats do not have what it takes to meet this moment. I do. I assure you I do. You need only trust me once, and I am not going to fuck you over. So if you give me your support, if you give me your hands, if you give me all the help that you can fucking spare, I promise you we'll put up a fight that makes these motherfuckers go hide in a goddamn hole.
Well, Donald Trump has dropped the act, and he is now totally embracing Project 2025. Remember during the campaign when he said he had no idea what Project 2025 was or who was involved, and it had nothing to do with his campaign? Well, now Donald Trump is saying that he is going to use the shutdown to implement Project 2025. Trump today wrote, I have a meeting today with Russ Vought, he of Project 2025 fame, to determine which of the many Democrat agencies, most of which are a political scam, he recommends to be cut, and whether or not those cuts will be temporary or permanent. I can't believe the radical left Democrats gave me this unprecedented opportunity. They are not stupid people, so maybe this is their way of wanting to quietly and quickly make America great again. President DJT.
Wow, just... Sitting here, I got a Robin Hood notification. You probably can't see that. That's my beautiful face on there. Who else has their face on the screenshot? But this actually says government shutdown breakdown. This actually has it says, how many senators does it take to screw in a light bulb? Apparently 60. Last week, the Senate attempted to advance a Republican-backed bill from the House to continue to fund the government's operations for a period of time, a continuing resolution. The bill failed in the Senate by a vote of 44 in favor, 48 opposed, far short of the 60 needed to overcome the filibuster. The Senate also rejected a Democratic counter-proposal, which included health care provisions, for lack of support. What actually happens, it says, what about the economy? It depends on the amount of time the government is shut down. If time is at all meaningful, the short-term impact tends to be more of a speed bump than a roadblock, and they give their little points. But if you have Robin Hood, please go look up this little information thing. It'll tell you, just go to Robin Hood government shutdown breakdown, and it'll break that down for you. Just FYI, I got that. That's why we watching this. So let's go.
Let's just take a look at Donald Trump's post on July 5th, 2024, when he wrote, "I know nothing about Project 2025. I have no idea who's behind it. I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. Anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them." And I just want to say, shame on the legacy media for believing that crap and regurgitating Donald Trump's lies. We all knew. All of us knew. Yet the media defended him every step of the way. You had headlines like this in the USA Today: fact-checking Kamala Harris. Harris repeats claim that Project 2025 is Trump's plan. That's still not right. Democrats have sought to tie former President Donald Trump to Project 2025 in recent months, and Tuesday's debate between Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris was no exception. Harris described Project 2025 as a detailed and dangerous plan that she claimed Trump intends on implementing if he is elected to a second term. She referred to it as his Project 2025, but in the debate and elsewhere, Trump has claimed he has nothing to do with Project 2025. And then in interviews, they would constantly also try to fact-check Kamala Harris about Trump's association with Project 2025. Here was Norah O'Donnell on CBS.
Just read Project 2025.
The former president said that's not true.
He says everything. Come on, are we really taking his word for it?
And well, once again, Kamala Harris was right. Here's the Project 2025 tracker. As you could see, Project 2025 has already been nearly 50% implemented during Donald Trump's term. And I think this is yet another reason why so many people have lost faith in the legacy media. And if you want independent reporting that actually tells it how it is, that doesn't believe everything that Donald Trump says, I want you to follow the Midas Touch podcast right now on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Leave a 5-star review if you can, and join us on Substack at MidasPlus.com.
Donald Trump and Russell Vought are exploiting the government shutdown in order to accelerate Project 2025. Let me explain. I'm an independent journalist that's been covering Donald Trump for over a decade now. I've made appearances on MSNBC, CNN, I write a best-selling Substack newsletter, and I documented every single day of Trump's first term. I've also been covering Project 2025 since 2023. And right now, Donald Trump and Russell Vought are using this government shutdown as a pretext to expedite a key goal of Project 2025, and that is the purging of federal workers, nonpartisan federal workers, in order to replace them with more loyalists. That's what's happening right now. The core of Project 2025 is to reshape the federal government into a tool of the far right, and a key component of that is to purge the federal bureaucracy of nonpartisan civil servants and replace them with loyalists. Project 2025 spent years training and recruiting loyalists so they'd be ready to be installed in the Trump administration. Trump has already hired over a dozen in his senior leadership, from Russell Vought himself, who was an author in Project 2025, to others who were contributors, right, to senior levels in the cabinet. But also the rank and file is what's needed here, right? After they do this purging of federal workers, they want to install loyalists. That's always a piece that's missing in these conversations. Last week, Russell Vought sent out a memo out of the OMB office directing federal agencies to prepare for not just furloughs, which happens normally in a government shutdown, but full-blown permanent layoffs to identify programs and projects that don't match up with President Trump's agenda. So they're preparing to use this for direct permanent layoffs, expedite this goal of purging the federal bureaucracy. At 1 p.m. today, Wednesday, Russell Vought had a meeting, a call with House Republicans, and informed them that RIFs, a reduction in workforce, would be taking place over the next few days. These are permanent layoffs, not just furloughs. He said this.
Okay, we're going to get to that. But before we get to that, because there is somebody that actually was laid off, we're going to hear from them in just a little bit. But I just want to say this to my Republican followers. My Instagram that I want you to send me information on is Everyday Thing with PJ. Okay? It's on Instagram. Or you can send it to my Twitter, everydaypj on Twitter, or TikTok. I get a lot of messages on TikTok, but send it to TikTok anyway. everydaypj on TikTok. Send me Republican content creators, or this is the new media. New media is we done with CNN. We done with MSNBC. We done with Fox News. We done with them people, because they not open-minded. I want to hear some people who are conservatives who have information that's pertaining to the government shutdown, pertaining to Project 2025 and how it's not linked to Donald Trump. I want to see their reactions because I'm not seeing none. I can Google it. I can type in conservative. I can type in far right. I can type in just regular old Republican takes, and I don't get it. But no conservatives talking about this. I mean, what's going on? Like, is nobody trying to back this up, or do y'all see this as a chance to let's just shut up and let the people in the comments do all the fighting? Because I see more people in the comments fighting, but I don't see any Republicans fighting against this. Like, oh no, this isn't it. Fox News won't even talk about it. They won't even talk about Project 2025 and Donald Trump being linked to it. Not at all. Not a word. Not a peep. I don't get it. So please, if I'm ill-informed, because this is a non-biased political commentary channel, and regardless of whatever, we Americans, so we're gonna do whatever's best for American, and we want to hear both sides. And when I do some drama and some tea, I want to get both sides. I don't give a damn about one side versus the other. I want to hear both sides. I don't want to hear half truths. I want to hear full truth. So if you got full truths, don't come in here with this bull crap every night and y'all not showing no proof, and y'all not showing like your voices. Y'all voices matter. If you don't think your voice matters, then I don't give a damn. But if you think your voice matters, send it. Send me your video of your content creator or your media outlet that's not Fox News, that's not CNN, that's not MSNBC, that's not I mean, it could be Tucker Carlson or whoever. I don't know who y'all look forward to today, but whatever, just whoever. Candace Owens, send clips of her saying this and that, this and that. But I don't even think she rock with y'all like that anymore. But you know what I'm saying? I'm open. I don't hate you because I don't hate you because you're a Republican. But if I don't hate you. It's just like that. So, but I'm telling y'all, this is the facts. If I can show y'all the facts of what the Democrats are saying, then. And all you can say is Trump 2028. That don't move no bars over here. Like, you gotta come with like actual substance, and that's what I'm trying to show y'all. Actual substance, and from different voices and different points of views. And I hope y'all understand that it's non-biased.
I am certain that all of you saw, just like I did, and I didn't even know what it was, the left freaking out about Project 2025, right? So much so that Trump came out and said, I don't even know what Project 2025 is. I don't know if he disavowed it explicitly, but he essentially said, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. And that may be true. It is something that was put together by the Heritage Foundation, but I was quite shocked to see it trending over on X. I'm going, what is Project 2025? And so then I did just a little dabble, and I will tell you the document that they put together is about 1,000 pages. I certainly have not read it all. But as I just read the first couple of pages, and my sister told me that she read 103 pages of it, and she said, Candace, I'm not really sure what's wrong with 2025, the Project 2025. And I went, really? You haven't come across anything? She's like, no, it's sort of saying everything that we feel about DEI initiatives and things of that nature. And I went, oh, is this one of those things where conservatives are acting like cowards because we're allowing the left to seize the narrative? I call it the game of disavow, where they essentially just create a field of peer pressure, and a bunch of people start asking you about something that you don't even really know what it is or what the person has said or what the thing or the pamphlet says, but you're just like, I disavow it. I disavow, please just stop. I just don't want to be under this attack. That is not the right response whatsoever. It's not the right response. Rather, we should put them, make them say, actually, you tell me what is Project 2025, and I'll tell you whether or not I support it or I don't support it. Let's go through it point by point. Put them on their toes. So I'm going to tell you, by the way, these are just a couple of bullets, and this is available on Wikipedia. So, Wikipedia is where it's so run by the left and run by...
And this is y'all girl, okay? Now, this is back in 2024. This is a year ago, before what's going on. She put the Trump tweet up saying, or his truth up, said, I don't even know why he named it Truth Social, because it's crazy. But anyway, but he says, I have nothing to do with Project 2025, which may be the truth. But then when you backpedal and say, oh, this shit makes sense, that means he's using that as a playbook. You remember on Waterboy? You know what happened on Waterboy? Come on, man. Y'all know what happened on Waterboy. The coach was the actual brains. But the other coach for the other team, I don't remember the other team, but that coach stole the playbook from the main coach and was running the play. And I think that's what's happening. Is Donald Trump stole the playbook. He about to steal the playbook. And guess what? The guy who wrote 2025, we ain't gonna know who he is. But we gonna know who Donald Trump is. We gonna know once he win that championship. I'm not saying he gonna win a championship, but I'm saying that's the goal. You know, what was his name? Red. His name was Red or something like that. Yeah. My analogies be crazy, but y'all get it.
At the ADL, that they're going to try to say the absolute worst things that they can about Project 2025 because they hate us. They hate conservatives. And I read through and I went, there's nothing in this Wikipedia entry that I disagree with. So under a worst case Wikipedia scenario, here is what they've got here. The philosophical outlook. The main Project 2025 document outlines 4 main aims: restoring the family as the centerpiece of American life, dismantling the administrative state, defending the nation's sovereignty and borders, and securing what they believe to be a key to a good life, which is found primarily in family, marriage, children, Thanksgiving dinners, and the like, the person who wrote this writes, and above all, in religious devotion and spirituality. What am I supposed to dislike about this? Have any conservatives said this? By the way, I haven't been paying attention. Have there been conservatives that have said Project 2025 is bad? Because maybe you should ask yourself whether or not they are conservatives. Oh gosh, it gets crazier. It says that under Foreign Policy tab that Project 2025 favors neither interventionism nor isolationism. Instead, it emphasizes that all decisions related to foreign policy must prioritize national interests. The horror. The horror. Now I see why people had to walk it back and say that how could we support this? That would make us conservative. I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, I sent a tweet. I'm like, guys, I'm sort of looking into this. Can somebody express to me why we're supposed to be pretending that this document is wrong? And Mike Cernovich offered that you keep looking into it. It may be a Trojan horse. It may be more neocon-y on the topic of foreign policy. And I promise that I will look further into the foreign policy aspects of this document. But I can tell you by just having a brief look here, Project 2025 sounds pretty good to me. So if I run for president, I want you guys to know in the future, and they step to me and they say, do you Project 2025? I'm going to look them straight in the face and I'm going to say, yes, all of it. That's what we're going to do. We are going.
So let's fast forward to today. I want somebody to tag me in her update on how she feel about Project 2025 today. Because I think over the last year she has grown spiritually. You know what I'm saying? She grown spiritually because somewhere deep down, Candace got a heart. And I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
He's involved in Project, and then they read some of the things, and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. He's involved in Project, and then they read some of the things, and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. He's involved.
Shit is about to get very real. The government shut down, and today the president released this truth, I guess you call it, where he's openly saying, hey, I called the guy that wrote Project 2025. We're about to sit down, have a meeting. He's going to tell me the things he wants me to get rid of next. And what I think is coming next, amongst many things, but two things I think they're really going to try to take advantage of during this shutdown, is pretty much completely shutting down housing and urban development. I went to their website. They have this crazy, like, propaganda on the...
Have y'all not seen that? Let's check it out. I was waiting to Google this one. I'm gonna Google it right now. All right. You're not now, not ever. Ooh, 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 ooh. Golly, the radical left in Congress shut down the government. HUD will use available. Woo-hoo-hoo. Is this even legal? Is this even? Boy, what kind of shit is this? This is supposed to be HUD. This is for all Americans, right? This ain't just for the radical. This ain't for the Republicans. This ain't the Republican-owned housing of urban development or whatever the hell it's supposed to be. Please tell me what this is. Please, somebody please tell me what this is. Because I may be misled. I just Googled it. Right now, this ain't something I Googled 30 minutes ago, 10 hours ago, before I prepared my video. This is something I Googled right now. All right. All I'm saying is keep your eyes peeled, okay? Because what we getting into is who says radical left? Like it sounds like some old people shit. Radical left. Like if you want to reach the young people, you say them fuck niggas left, the fuck boys. You know what I'm saying? That's what you say, but whatever.
Front page, which is insane. Again, if for anybody who doesn't know, Republicans control House, Senate, and the presidency. So this kind of messaging is just insane. I think once they shut down HUD, they're going to pretty much make being homeless completely illegal. So if you're homeless, you go to prison. You go to prison, you're a slave. A slave for who? Private prisons, which are traded on the U.S. Stock Exchange. Anyway, the other department I think they're going to go after, whatever's left of any kind of environmental protection agencies. They want all the guardrails done. That means fossil fuel regulations, carbon dioxide regulations. They want it all done. Wind. He wants wind gone, solar gone. And as we know, he doesn't want these things gone. Somebody that's paying him wants these things gone. People like the Heritage.
We're going to put a pause on solar because, damn it, let me tell y'all what. In the dead heat of August, I had my AC on 70 all August long. And I'm in my bedroom freezing. I got solar panels on my house. Bitch, my electric bill was $80. Boy, if y'all don't get the solar, fast. You hear me? Fast. $80. Dead heat of Oklahoma summer. When I left the house, I didn't even turn my AC down. Wasn't nobody in here. Just my whole house. All 2,000 square feet of it. Guess what? AC blowing snow. And then guess what? My electric bill was $80. I'll be damned if I don't go solar. Are y'all smoking crack? If y'all don't have $20,000 to spare for a solar panel on your house, you better get it. If you got $20,000 to spare for solar panels, you better get it, especially if you got a big ass house.
Foundation, the people that wrote Project 2025, which is literally a list of the things that they're trying to get done while they're manipulating this man in office. So this government shutdown, which he's blatantly saying, hey, I'm evil. And it's crazy that the Democrats are going to let me be evil. That's what he's saying in this truth or tweet or whatever this is. That's what he's saying. I'm going to do some evil stuff. Can you believe they're going to let me do it? It's almost like they want me to do evil stuff. So yeah, that's really interesting and wild that he's not even trying to hide the fact that he's doing evil shit. And they tell you a lie to your face and they expect you to believe it. And some of you believe it, and that's sad. But yeah, man, so I think that he's going to come for the EPA, whatever's left of it, and he's going to make being homeless illegal. And I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not being like an alarmist. I really think that's what's going to happen. He's going to criminalize homeless people and then send the National Guard into these cities where there's a high density of homelessness. So places like San Francisco, which he named, places like Los Angeles, which
if you go to Oklahoma City right now, they just cleared out all the homeless encampments. So they just basically destroyed them. Now you have homeless just wandering around the city. They really don't have nowhere to go. So really you have displaced homelessness, which is crazy because they're already displaced. But now they're just like, what do you do with them? What was the plan? There was no plan. But what he's saying is happening.
He's going to go and rally these people up and then make them slaves. So, yeah, I'm sure there's like a more eloquent way to put that, but that's the long and short of what I think is going to happen. But I don't think he's going to do what Brian Kilmeade suggested, which is, kill me them. So anyway, happy Thursday.
One specific question people are wondering about the mail. How's the post office going to be affected by the shutdown?
Well, I've got a very quick and easy answer for you on this one, which is that the U.S. Postal Service and your mail delivery will continue. They are not impacted by this shutdown. Fun fact here, actually, the U.S. Postal Service is an independent entity that is funded through the sale of its products and services, not by tax dollars. So regardless of how long this drags on for, your mail will be safe.
Okay, good news. Selena, parents are also concerned about college, asking about FAFSA and how it's going to be affected by the shutdown. What do we know?
Yeah, so the Education Department overall, their core operations will continue. So that means FAFSA. That means federal student financial aid will keep flowing and those student loan payments will still be due. However, there are other operations that will be impacted. For instance, the civil rights investigations, they are going to stop, as well as federal grants. The department is going to stop issuing new federal grants. And I think it's important here when we talk about the Department of Education to really take a step back and look at what's happened to this department over the last several months. So over the summer, the administration already gutted about half of its staff. And with this government shutdown, we're talking about a small staff that's already left. 87% of them are being furloughed. So what is left of the Education Department at this very moment is a very small, bare bones staff. And members who are still left in this department, they tell us that they're very fearful that the Trump administration is going to use this shutdown as a chance to close the department for good. That is a threat that the president has repeatedly made.
By the way, Oklahoma-based company Paycom has today laid off 500 employees. So I'm just saying, it's not just the government. It's a lot of companies. It's a lot of companies jumping on this. So while it's hot, they striking iron, okay?
Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas, I guess some good, some bad, but it makes no difference. I have nothing to do. Everybody knows I'm an open book. Everybody knows what I'm going to do. Number one, I have nothing.
Holy cow, folks, this is really bad. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican, Democrat, or independent. If you've gone to any of the federal agencies' websites or social media pages, like here, this is Health and Human Services, they have statements that read like this. The Trump administration is working to reopen the government for the American people. Mission-critical activities of HHS will continue during the Democrat-led government shutdown. This is likely in violation of the 1939
Do y'all see this? Mission critical activities of HHS will continue during the Democrat-led government shutdown. Please use this site as a resource as the Trump administration works to reopen the government for the American people. Let's finish.
Hatch Act, which was meant to limit the ability of federal employees to take partisan positions openly so that there is limited conflicts of interest, because the federal government is meant to work for everybody, not just for a small group of individuals. And so this is not even telling the whole picture about what's going on, considering that the Republic...
Listen, we don't get everything from mainstream media. We get it from the content creators, from the people who are doing the research. These are actual regular ass people who decided to take on politics. As myself, I'm just decided to take on politics. I want to do more for my community. I'm a grown ass man. I'm sick of watching NBA YoungBoy. Okay, I want to dive into something that benefits me and my family. So here we are. That's why you see all these other people. Most of the people that I've shown are normal, everyday creators who do the information and research, and that's who we should be listening to, because they are us. They are regular Americans. Okay, from the Banana Republic. You see, I got my shirt on because we are together as one. But what I'm telling you is, sometimes we might have to see a CNN. Sometimes we might have to see an MSNBC. Sometimes we might have to see a Fox News mainstream media, because we're trying to get context. Context matters. We have to see it all. If you don't want to see it all, it makes no sense, because if you take in one person's opinion and then you be like, oh, you might hear some information here, or you might get some information from here. You, as the person you are, you have freedom of choice. You can think for yourself, and you can understand if is it right or is it not right. I hate to hear all of one side, because it's like, it sounds stupid. Because then I'm just hearing from one person tell me that, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. But again, if you listen to Republicans, the Speaker of the House, and everybody other subordinates of that Republican Party, oh, the Democrats are radical. The Democrats want to give illegals health care. The Democrats want, well, what? Tell us what they doing. Y'all not telling us what they doing. Y'all just telling us what y'all want us to hear. So we just say that's what y'all do. That's what they doing. That don't make no damn sense. But what you see here is factual in your face. Somebody telling you the government, this administration is using government websites to radicalize the American people and weaponize Democrats. Okay? Can y'all catch up? And these are facts, because these are on actual websites. What I just pull up. Let me just pull that one up again, so just y'all can see just the one I just pulled up. That's that one. This is the other one. This is that one. Okay? These are actual government websites. This is calling a Democrat, which I'm a Democrat by vote, but I'm not banging on wax. I'm not down to die for no Democrat. Okay? I'm telling you, if they do some dumb shit, I must tell you. But right now, it sounds like, I just want y'all to I want y'all to see it, so we can all talk about it. That's what y'all here in the comment section for, to debate and tell me if I'm wrong.
Republicans control all branches of government, yet they're not able to keep the government running. Democrats are trying to restore significant cuts to healthcare that happened through the big, beautiful bill. There's about $1 trillion in Medicaid that was cut. It's not going to happen right away, but it's going to happen over the next couple of years. That is going to severely limit people's access to healthcare. It's going to end up causing rural hospitals to close. It's going to cause longer wait times, and people on private insurance will see their premiums skyrocket rather quickly, which is concerning. And so I invite anybody to come to the table to try to fix that issue, because it is crucial for everybody's healthcare to have this done. And these messages need to go away because they're entirely inappropriate.
So I woke up today furloughed by the federal government, which is a strange feeling. I doubt I'll be the only federal employee to talk about this today on this app, but I just wanted to come on here and say we're good to anyone who follows me. Things are fine. We will weather this storm. We're in a great position to weather this storm just fine, but I know that there's a lot of federal employees who are going to be going through a really stressful time, who might find themselves in different circumstances than me and Nate at this exact moment. So if anything, we understand why this is happening, but I guess I just wanted to come on here because I want people to see the faces of the federal employees that are caught in the middle of all this and humanize us a little bit and remind you that we're not just some theoretical idea. We really do go and work and are proud and happy to work for you every day. I think I might start like a series on what I'm doing during my days, just for something to do as I wait to go back. Depending on how long this goes, I think there's a good chance I will be in the office actually for part of this, which I'm happy about. Of course, I won't be getting paid for that, but I want to work. That's who I am. I guess follow along because I'm gonna probably be posting quite a bit more. But yeah,
we gonna definitely follow to see what she has to say about being first. And you know what? I'ma just jump out on a limb and say maybe she voted for Trump. Maybe she voted for Trump. And she's trying to be optimistic about what's going on. I would too. I'd be like, shit, you know, he got it. He gonna fix it. I'll go get another job. I ain't worried about it. I shouldn't have took that government job anyway. I didn't like it. That's what a normal person would say. Be like, shit, man, I got an uncle. That nigga, he could never keep a job. Okay? He could never keep a job. But you know what? It never took him down. He said, I go get another job. They ain't gonna keep me from not paying my bills. I'm gonna go get another job. You know what she gonna do? You know what? We're fine. My husband, he has a solid job. We're good. Okay. Everybody ain't good. Let's think about the single mothers and children. You know what I'm saying? I gotta use that line. I gotta use that more often. Like, think about the single mothers and children. You know what I mean? How are they gonna fare in this situation? You know, daddy's out the picture. Nobody's home to you know, and then now the mother lost her job. She's already living paycheck to paycheck. Matter of fact, she has a kid with a chronic disease, and you know, looks like her Medicaid is going up, or the medication is going up, and you know, but she'll be able to make it. You know, she's just gonna pull herself up from her bootstraps, or however you say it.
Breaking news. This is the homepage of HUD right now. The radical left are going to shut down the government and inflict massive pain on the American people unless they get their $1.5 trillion wish list of demands. The Trump administration wants to keep the government open for the American people. Now, this is important because this is a violation of the Hatch Act, which bars executive branch officials from engaging in political campaign activity while acting in their official capacity. Agencies' websites run with taxpayer money must remain nonpartisan and strictly informational. Now, please tell me, does this look nonpartisan to you? Democrats, like I said, when we give y'all back the House in the midterms, and who knows, we might be able to throw in a few Senate seats for you. Y'all best to have impeachments out of the ass. I don't give a fuck if you can't get it in the Senate. They need it. Because guess what? No matter what y'all say about Donald Trump not having that impeachment stay in the Senate, that's a stain on his reputation for the rest of.
Anyway, she believes in the Democrats too much. We don't even have to believe in the Democrats. What we need to do is try to figure out we need to get some new Democrats up in there. You hear me? Because woo-wee. But I think like I said, I've been saying this for a long time. You know, government ain't what it used to be. Politics ain't what it used to be. And this new government, these new politicians, these new Congress and Senate and House representatives, oh God, this is the we got millennials. You know, not even millennials. Am I a millennial? I don't know. But anyway, or who's after me? They got these fools running. These kids, if y'all thought we was crack babies, you gotta wake up to the opioid babies. The opioid babies is the ones, those are the ones you gotta worry about, cause they jacked up, okay? They can't think straight, their mental health is all jacked up. They taking Adderall daily, okay? Like, they the ones that's jacked up, and those are the ones who's coming into the country, coming into running our country. And you know what? Listen, when I get old, I gotta you telling me I gotta vote for a YN? You telling me I gotta vote for? Boy, you got me. Boy, y'all done lost y'all damn mind. All we need, all we need is a really smart YN to come into Congress, and y'all gonna lose y'all damn minds. Y'all gonna lose y'all damn minds. If they just put all the street shit aside, I'm pretty sure there's a YN that come into Congress and change some shit around. And y'all think it's gonna happen? Cause look who we got in there. We got a bleach blonde, bad built, butch body, along with Jasmine Crockett and her eyelashes, along with AOC, along with about 100 different old men. And then it's getting younger. We got the what's the Mexican lady name? Ajave, Grajade. I don't know. I talked about it yesterday. Another young lady. These young people coming in the office. The old people are moving out. The old people, they on their last leg. Mind you, these are lifelong people these are lifelong politicians. We need to stop with the lifelong politicians, first of all. They suck. Because this is the reason why the Democratic Party sucks. And this is also the reason why they're being pushed over by Republican Party right now. Somewhere we gotta find a medium. We can't be just having these young radicals along with old farts running Congress. It's not working out. We look terrible. You got man, you think social media is bad for just regular people? Our Congress is on social media doing the same shit regular ass Betty and Bonquisha should be doing. Regular ass shit. Fighting like they in the hood from tweets. Taking shots on tweets. But this is our Congress. And y'all think something about to get settled.
A leaked email shows how internally the Trump administration is using the shutdown to stoke as much anger and hostility towards Democrats as possible. The email encourages furloughed federal employees to have an out-of-office reply that specifically blames Democrats for the shutdown while praising the wise leadership of Donald Trump. And this is happening while dozens of federal websites are displaying banners like this, which blame Democrats and the radical left for the shutdown. Kind of an odd choice when Republicans control the House, the Senate, the presidency, and the Supreme Court. It's also illegal. This kind of hyper-partisan language violates the Hatch Act, which prohibits federal agencies from engaging in partisan political activity like this. So Trump is taking independent federal agencies and using them as billboards for his own political gain.
And I just want to say that right there just sealed the deal on the next impeachment. Trump just gave them his. Now, if the Democrats are bold enough to do it, this is what they'll be going after. This right here, the Hatch Act. Because who uses this terminology? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what who runs these sites. Those people may be losing their job soon. Somebody gonna lose their job. I'm sure Donald Trump will pardon them, but there will be some federal crimes once they get Cash. Once Cash Patel is out of the FBI, out of the head of whatever Department of Defense, FBI. Once Cash Patel is out of there, indictments will be handed down over this one thing. Indictments will be handed down. There will be federal agents. All you niggas, oh my bad. All y'all will be in Pelican Bay shoe program. 23-hour lockdown because of this crap. And they think it's a joke. They want to troll They want to troll people. They want to throw Trump 2028 hats on the desk to troll heads of leaders of the Democratic Party, grown old ass men trolling people and putting this stuff out there. I'm putting cases on all you. That's gonna be the next Democratic president. And when that, if and when, because it inevitably will happen, when the Democrats run the House and the Senate, the representatives and the Senate, when the Democrats run that, oh yeah, putting cases on all you. Watch. This just sealed the deal. When it look illegal and it sound illegal, it's illegal, and it's gonna happen. This is what happened. This is what Trump didn't understand. Remember, Trump said yesterday. Yesterday he was like, "I'm not trying to run for president again. I'm not even sure if I can. I think there's a rule that said I can't. I'm not sure. But so many people has asked me to run again. Guess what? He gonna run again." He also said, if I start a war in 3.5 years, I mean, he didn't say this verbatim, but if a war just happened to start in 3.5 years, that means we can't have an election. That means what happens? I remain president. Yeah, pay attention to the social cues. It's not a joke. It's not a game. This is still America. I don't give a damn what your political affiliation is.
That's not just illegal, it makes a mockery of the public service mission that these agencies are supposed to fulfill. So what do you think? Is the average American fooled by this kind of partisan messaging? And since it is a violation of the Hatch Act, do we think we're going to see consequences for this? Let me know what you think, and you can follow to stay in the loop. We need to talk about the hyper-partisan and honestly untrue messages that are popping up on federal websites. This is from the Department of the Treasury. It blames the radical left, saying that they chose to shut down the government in the name of reckless spending and obstructionism. That is objectively false. First of all, that rhetoric is violent and dangerous because Trump has for years said that the radical left is enemy number one in the United States, and in a room full of generals said they must destroy the enemy within. Who do we think that is? Still, hyper-partisan language like this, you've never seen it before because it is illegal. This
is what I say. I just skip all your comments and go find your favorite TikTok commentary from the conservative Republican Party and send it to me on TikTok. Send it to me on Instagram, Everyday Thing with PJ. Send it. If you think that I'm being biased or you think I'm just not opening my eyes to what's happening, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be fair. But I want to show facts. I don't want to show fiction. I don't want to throw out curveballs and shit like that. I want to give y'all what's really happening, because if this is happening, then I want to be in the know. I don't want to be fooled. But it sounds like to me that maybe y'all want to be fooled, or maybe y'all don't want to keep me in the loop because maybe I'm a radical left. I guess. Am I a rat? I'm not even. I don't even care about the left. I'm saying I want to hear it. Because you got if you have the opportunity to change the narrative, this is your opportunity. Because I will post 24 hours straight of straight Republican, conservative, far right narratives if it makes sense. And I'll listen to all of it just like I listen to this. But this is telling the truth. It's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to post this type of stuff. But we allow it as Americans. As an American, would you like it if Obama came and put this stuff, oh, the far right is tripping. They don't need to be, they holding up the government, they holding up spending bills, they doing this. So blame the right. That's what this is basically saying. Blame the right. Would that be okay? Because if it's not okay for you, then it shouldn't be okay for, because we're all Americans. At the end of the day, we have to follow the Constitution. Follow the Constitution. Follow the Constitution. Follow, some people say follow the breadcrumbs. We say follow the Constitution.
Let the blame games begin. Imagine setting your out of office alert. Then while you're furloughed, somebody goes in and turns it into a partisan message in your voice. Y'all, this ain't normal.
It's racist. You should call it out. Is it racist? You put a sombrero on a black man who's the leader of the House? You don't see that as racist? It's racist. You should call it out.
This is Representative Dean talking to Speaker Johnson, saying this is racist. Just call him out. Why won't you do it? Mike Johnson, why won't you do it? Call him out. Call him out. Speak the truth. But he don't.
The president is unhinged. He is unwell. What are you doing?
A lot of folks on your side are too. I don't control.
Oh my God!
A lot of folks on your side are too.
Please, that performance in front of the generals, that
I didn't see it.
is so dangerous. You know I serve on Foreign Affairs and Appropriations. This is a collision of those two things. Our allies are looking elsewhere. Our enemies are laughing.
I just left
You
the
have a
speaker's
president
side.
who is. You have a president who is unwell. The president is unhinged. He is unwell. What
A
are
lot
you
of folks
doing?
on your side are too. I don't.
But y'all throw rocks too. You see this? That was like a third grade answer to her telling him, bro, you're the Speaker of the House. Say something. Do something. Okay? But y'all swung first. But he has crayons too. Why can't I have crayons? What are we talking about, Mike?
Oh my God!
A lot
Are
of
you
folks
doing?
on your side are too.
Please, that performance in front of the generals, that
I didn't see it.
is so dangerous.
That performance in front of the generals, I didn't see it. What are you talking about? It never happened. Do y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this? Emmanuel Lee Burns says, what makes it racist? There's a movie called Three Amigos starring white dudes. Actually, it's probably not racist at all. But what it is saying is that Hakeem Jeffries is fighting for Mexico, not America. So he put the sombrero on him to show that he's fighting for Mexico. Now, Miss Dean, she may be uninformed that it ain't really racist to a certain extent. But the fact, it may be, it's not racist, it's bigotry. But also, it's saying that he's not American, he's a Mexican, or he's fighting for Mexico, or technically the illegals who come into America that he's fighting for, that he wants to give health care to. That is what Trump is saying. But you know what, Mike Johnson, I didn't see it. What you mean you didn't see Donald Trump speaking to the leaders of the world? Are y'all serious? Y'all just be making shit up now. But we gotta see this the stuff we gotta defend.
Interest. You know I serve on Foreign Affairs and Appropriations. It's a collision of those two things. Our allies are looking elsewhere. Our enemies are laughing.
I just left
You
the
have a
speaker's
president
side.
who is.
I just
You have a
left
president who is unwell.
So do y'all believe our allies are looking elsewhere? Hey, it's another country. I forgot what country it is. He said, "Hey, I got 20,000 troops ready to fight for anyone." 20,000. We got that in Oklahoma. Um, but people are willing to put up their 20,000 troops to help because America is not doing a damn thing. That is crazy. I got 20,000 troops. Man, what? Hey, y'all remember Harlem Nights? When they shooting machine guns and that dude come in and shoot, pow, pow. Don't shoot that little shit no more. That's that other country. Don't bring them 20,000 troops though. What's wrong with you? Come on, man. 20,000 troops. Get the fuck out of here. But that's what it's come to. They can't depend on us because we can't depend on ourselves. Because look at this. The proof is there. But hey, I ain't see it. Since I ain't see it, it didn't happen. Shout out to my friend Pretty Pink Survival. She said, I didn't see it. Look at that.
State and local officers, let's see what your DA does, because he better prosecute crimes against you, because we have your back. We know there is no ordinary day in the life of a police officer, and thank you for what you do, and thank your families. You are out here night and day. God bless you. We are here for you, and we will always be here for you. We are going to, this is long term. We are going to work hand in hand to make the most violent crime city in the country have no crime. Thank you all. God bless you, and God bless America.
All right, so I'm going to actually end it there because this is going into Memphis, and we're going to talk about Memphis because this a whole deeper conversation. I want to touch on this on something totally different. But we finna do some local government stuff. I got a plan to do something with somebody that we're going to talk about some local, not local like Oklahoma, but like, you know, close-knit. But we're going to talk about it. Because all these states in America are feeling the pressure of our government. So we have to bring in, like just how we talked about Minnesota yesterday, we're going to talk about Memphis. We're going to talk about Florida and Miami. We're going to talk about Texas. These, I don't know if I really want to get into like the Portland and LA and all them old crazy, not LA, Oakland. I ain't getting it. They fucked up. But other places I do want to get into that we have real issues and we ain't just fighting poverty and crime-ridden cities and governors who are, you know, putting up with that BS. We ain't dealing like, I went to San Francisco and I seen a line of people. I was like, damn, what that line is for? And they was like, yeah, that's where people go get their syringes and stuff like that. I'm like, they go get their heroin and stuff. Like you can go get some heroin from over there? I was like, oh, hell no. And then when I was like walking down the street and it was a man just taking a dump on the street like it wasn't shit. And I was just like, mind you, I'm with the owner of the company that I was working for at the time. And I'm like, and he Japanese. I'm like, bro, watch out, it's a man taking a shit right here. Like, come on, man. Like, what is going on? And this is supposed to be my country. So, like, I'm like, bro, like, I'm there, eyes on the ground. And so I'm like, you know, we walking through San Francisco, and I see some of the damnedest shit, and I'm just like, bro. Then I have to take the BART, right? I have to take the BART through Oakland to get to Richmond. And I go through there and I'm like, these people ain't got no roofs on, and the BART sits above the houses. And I'm like, damn, these people ain't got no roofs on their houses. They got tarps over their houses. Like, what's really going on? Then you go past one part, and it's just nothing but cars and it looked like a scene out of Resident Evil where cars just parked randomly all through the street and stuff like that, and engines taken out and shit. I'm riding. It's like a half a mile long. It's that long. You on the bar, and it go by like that. But you like, damn. You looking down, but like, damn, look at all that shit. Yeah. So I'm not gonna talk about them. I'm not gonna talk about them cities. I'm talking about like, I might talk a little bit about Chicago, because what's happening in Chicago right now is very detrimental to society, where actual black people are being detained by ICE. Black Americans, not the black Americans, are being detained by ICE. There's a lot going on in this country, man. Washington D.C. is it's a mess. And I'm not saying that it's racist, because it's not about race, because if you watch online, you see white people doing the damnedest things. I be like, man, if he was black, y'all would have lit his ass up. But then again, I'd be just like, well, maybe this needs to happen. Maybe they need to check themselves. Because, I mean, I think Charlie Kirk was not a martyr for the white people. And for us to understand, for y'all to understand what happens to black people, y'all need to have a George Floyd. And the impact needs to be felt. Charlie Kirk was not a martyr for white people, because he only spoke for what we would think is a large community. Every white person don't think like that at all. So I wouldn't say, oh, no. Mm-mm. But I wouldn't say y'all need George Floyd, like, hey, they painted him as a heroin addict or whatever like that, and a felon, and punched a woman, a pregnant woman. Not that. I'm saying y'all need. It's gonna be somebody that really means something to people, that dies unconstitutionally by the hands of maybe a police officer or something of that nature, to where y'all be like, man, I think he took it a little too far. It actually happened in Oklahoma. What happened in Oklahoma was a kid was robbing a store. And when he was robbing the store, this happened right off of I-240 in Western. The kid was robbing the store, and he came out the window. And when he came out the window, the gun dropped on the floor. And guess what? The police lit his ass up. And that family got $900,000 for it. But that nobody fought for that kid. Nobody marched in the streets for that kid. That family went right and got that money less than a year later. It might have been 2 years. Less than 2 years later, they got a check for $900,000 for their son, who was committing a crime and got shot like 20 times by the police. He was unarmed. He was coming out of the building. The gun dropped out of his waistband or wherever it came from, and he was shot like 20 times. So that's just what it is. Not saying it's right. I'm saying that's what it is. Like, that's what y'all need. But y'all missed that opportunity. So we just gonna go on to the next opportunity, what it really is. But like I said, until it's just got to be some changes in this country. It got to be a lot of changes in this country, and I hope y'all stick with me, and we're gonna go through it together, man. I might laugh and joke, but I'm gonna tell you some real shit at the same time. I might laugh and joke, but I'll never tell you a lie. Unless you my girlfriend, I'll lie to you all the time. Just what happens. Anyway. Everyday people, I see y'all later. It's 10 o'clock here, and I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, same channel. Y'all keep it lit, big dog. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace. I ain't got no more to drink. I gotta keep my water cup full. You gotta let. I'll be having a sip. Just take a sip. Take y'all black asses to bed. Go watch your kids. Go kiss your wife goodnight.